Oregon football with Mike Bellotti.
To the left. One back is Hurst. Tuiasa Sopo under center. Gonna throw. Looks upfield. Throws. Knocked down. It's incomplete. Matt Smith knocked it down at the line of scrimmage. Oregon has the football with 1:52 remaining, and the Huskies have one timeout left.
Hi everyone, and here we go. The Ducks do it again, and it doesn't feel any better than it feels when it's done to the Huskies. Joe Johnsante with head coach Mike Bellotti and also Mark Larson.
Over the next hour, we'll recap Oregon's second straight win over the 6th-ranked team in the country. We'll hear from the players, race around the Pac-10, and have some fun, of course. But first, Coach Bellotti, congratulations. I mean, you guys are just giant killers.
Thank you. I don't know if I would call it giant killer, but I'm very pleased with where we're at right now. We've taken 2 great steps in this Pac-10 race. I think that our kids are playing very hard. We're playing great defense, very good special teams, although we can get better. And offense is doing okay. But I really think we have yet to put a full game together in that regard, and that's a sort of a positive because we get a week off. This was somewhat of a costly victory in losing Walker Templeton to a ruptured Achilles tendon. That's a very serious injury, and probably, obviously, he's out for the season.
A couple of themes that we'll talk about today. The great play by the defense, but also running the football. You really ran it right down their throats.
We did, and I think we've talked a lot about the control of the game at the line of scrimmage starts there. Both our offensive and defensive lines, I think, did a great job. Maurice Morris is a warrior, obviously just a great running back in every game, coming to play hard and setting up a lot of things for us field position-wise.
And, of course, he had that running going in the first quarter, so let's go ahead and go right to the highlights. Threatening skies at Autzen Stadium, but no rain in sight. You know it never rains there. And there's plenty of emotion in the stadium with 4,000 Husky fans there as well. And this one gets started. Ducks with the ball, and they start moving it. Maurice Morris going inside for a gain of 8.
Great to start off there with the first play. Get the offensive line to get off the line of scrimmage, get off the ball, and motor follow.
Then Harrington gets the arm warmed up.
6-yard line of Oregon. Harrington under center, back, split back to throw the ball first time. Rolling right, a lot of time. Throws it down, caught, and out of bounds. Right in front of the Oregon bench at the 40-yard line. And Keenan Howery had a big cushion. And I think Joey's going to have a big day throwing the ball.
Nice job moving the pocket. Great protection here. Joey has all the time he wants. Great route down the field by Keenan Howery. Ball thrown right on the money, perfectly thrown. Tap the feet and bounce, step out of bounds for the first down.
So the Ducks into Husky territory on their first drive. Big 3rd and 10 at the 40. Harrington again up top. Looking for Jason Willis. Another big play from Jason, just over the marker. That's what you teach him.
Nice job. He's becoming just a clutch guy. I'm loving what he's doing in terms of blocking, running, and catching the football.
Go to the screen play, and it looked open.
Well, no, it looked open. It was open. That probably would have been a touchdown. We've got to get Mo going on that play.
Have to settle for a field goal try, so on comes Josh Frankel, and it was the start of a tough day for Josh, Coach.
It was, and he mishit this one. I thought it might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage, but he did not have a good day. His rhythm was off, and we'll get that corrected.
So the Huskies take over, and the Duck defense begins an outstanding afternoon. Steve Smith coming up, making the tackle on Paul Arnold.
Steve did a great job filling on that backside all game long. I think he makes 2 of the first 3 tackles in the game, to tell you the truth. Very pleased with that.
And the Huskies go to the option.
On the option, goes left, hit, and not going to get anywhere. He'll lose back to the 32 or the 33-yard line. Penetration ruins everything, Jerry.
Great job here by Jed Boyce initially, getting some penetration, throws the timing off. Michael Collier coming through, Saul Patu, Garrett Sabol. I think Jed Boyce makes the eventual tackle, but just great team pursuit right there.
So the Huskies forced to punt and going to Keenan Howery, the dangerous Keenan. Looked like a huge play here. Keenan will take this one all the way down inside the 10-yard line, but what happened, Coach?
Well, we got called for blocking the back, and it's very difficult. That's one of the things on these type of plays. We get a great job with Keenan. We actually did him a total disservice on the day. I think he lost about 150 yards of returns on the day because of our penalties. We've worked on it, comes and goes, and it's very frustrating.
After further review, it looks like the right call.
Yeah, I think we've got him right in the back, right here, just to the point. And that's very, very close because actually, if you get on the side panel, that is legal. Back panel is not.
So after a long penalty, after a long return, Ducks will start back on their own 12-yard line, go to Maurice Morris again, and great extra effort.
Mo's running tough right there. We run a wham play where, again, we block on a defensive line with our back on the back. We did a great job.
The Ducks do a little optioning of their own.
Gonna keep turning it up, gets the first down and more, gets by one, 30-yard line still in his feet. Watch it behind. Cuts it outside, 45, 50, and out of the 49 of the Huskies. First down, Oregon. And I said watch it from behind because I didn't want anybody catching it.
Nice job here on the option by Joey, reading it, comes out, gets a step on the one guy right here, breaks a tackle, pulls through it, and then he cuts back, which is great in the open field. Maybe out Tuiasosopo, I don't know. But again, nice run, and he also had this presence to get down, protect the football at the end.
Harrington actually outrushed Tui 37-10, so not a bad day for Joey. Who's the running quarterback out there? Then back to the other running back, Maurice Morris, and another big gain here.
Nice job by Mo, bouncing outside, reading, setting up the blocking inside, bounce it outside. Again, got the first down yardage.
And the Ducks go to a familiar play to take it deep into Husky territory.
Straight drop back, steps up, down, wide open. Josh Line catches it and goes down at the 10-yard line. Boy, did he take a hit, and he's going to stay down. He held on to the ball.
Well, this is the same play. We snuck the back out of the back. A great job by Josh Line. Great protection. Nice throw by Joey. That offside safety, though, we had to hang it to get it over there underneath defenders. He comes over and lays a lick on Josh. We're very concerned there for a second. It was only he got hit in the jaw, just like a prize fighter. The rest of him was fine.
So he's going to be okay, which is great news for the Springfield High School product. After a duck ball start back at the 16, Harrington is going to find Jason Willis for a 3-yard gain. And then Joey going to step back and thread the needle again.
13, Harrington under center with a roll back to throw. To the left, sets up on the pocket, throws. It's there. Touchdown, Justin Peel. What a throw, my gosh, from Joey Harrington. A frozen rope. Did he fire that thing in there or what? Best pass of the year from Harrington.
It truly was a great throw. Great protection. You see it from the end zone angle, down low. Comes across, moves the pocket, get a little bit moved by the defense. Backside tight end, running a great post pattern. Joey threads it right in there.
So the Ducks take a 7-0 lead, and the Huskies try to answer that. And they respond with their best drive of the first half. It's going to be Paul Arnold on first down for 6 yards.
They blocked our safety here, and we got it again. Used the 12th man, the sideline, to stop it, but good play by them.
Tuiasosopo then trying to get the arm untracked to Elstrom for 19 yards into Duck territory. And then after a couple of incompletions, they get the 4th down, and they bring on the kicker, and he knocks it through from 38 yards out. The score at that point, Coach, goes to 7-3, and that is how the first quarter ends. So you must be very pleased with how your team is playing right now, and you've dictated the 2 things you wanted to do in this game: run the ball and play good defense on the line of scrimmage.
I love the tempo. We're controlling the line of scrimmage. We're playing hard and fast, and that's the whole key to the game.
Gave up some points in the first quarter for the first time this season, but only a field goal, so still pretty good.
I'd like none, but a field goal's okay.
1 field goal. Still no touchdowns yet, though, in the first quarter. Oregon wins the first quarter again. They've done it all season, and it's more of the same in the second quarter, as Maurice Morris starts to rack up the yards on a tired and beaten Husky defense. The Ducks extend their lead when we return. Welcome back, everyone. Oregon football with Mike Bellotti. Second quarter now, and Coach, you've got things going in your direction, especially on defense right now.
We're playing well. We've solved some of the option concerns and problems. We're playing hard at the line of scrimmage. That front 8, I guess we should call it now, is doing a great job.
Things you didn't see in the first quarter that you wanted to see in the second quarter?
Well, I'd like us to take advantage of field position, complete a couple of passes that we had chances to get.
So the Huskies go back to the bread and butter play that they brought into this ball game. Of course, they worked Oregon over on it last year, but the option this year did nothing more than bring Oregon fans to their feet because the Ducks stuffed it just about every time. Got it figured out, Coach.
Great job there, forced the pitch, wanted to tackle Marcus, and we get 2 guys on the pitch man. Great job, actually a penalty on that play, blocking in the back on them. So we did a very nice job preparing to stop the offense.
So the Huskies forced to punt from deep in their own territory, as they did much of the afternoon. And here's Keenan Howery again, and another great return for Keenan, but another penalty.
Yeah, and I looked at that one closely a couple times. You can see again, and Keenan does a great job directing traffic, and I think actually scores on that, gets that ball across, and very excited, but those flags on the field don't help it. And I think it was offsetting, as a matter of fact.
So the Ducks do have to start out, though, at the 48 after the Husky punt again, and they make it work right away.
Give the ball to Maurice, and there's a quick seam up the middle, gets to the outside. He's gone, baby. 30, race from the side, 10, down the sideline and out of bounds. He was gone. Up at the 8-yard line, Maurice Morris. And he did
Great hole here, but really a nice job by Maurice on it. Watch him make the safety miss. Comes through right there, freezes the safety, boom, cuts back on him. Great job, and then turns on the speed off to the races and just gets pushed out of bounds inside the 5.
74 yards in the first half for Morris. Another strong game on 13 carries. Well, not all of them went forward. Huskies had 15 tackles for losses, and this one coming up here, Maurice loses a few. What happened here, Coach?
Well, that's a play we've run a lot. They obviously scouted it and had an answer to it. They had 4 guys out there, so we'll have to look at that one closely.
Kind of a feast or famine defense for the Huskies with those 15 tackles behind the line. Ducks try to go to Collins on third. The ball is tipped, almost picked off, so you have to settle for another field goal try.
Wait for the step, good placement, good. Kick is up, plenty long enough, and it is good. 9:40 left, first half. Ducks 10, the Huskies 3 back in.
That one goes through, and you got the 10-3 lead.
Yeah, Josh got that one. Again, we need to put those points on the board early.
So Washington tries to go to the air. Ryan Mitchell there in the backfield, and this one's incomplete. So Huskies have to punt deep again, and it seems like they're getting tired of Keenan Howery running wild on them. This time they hit him before the catch, Coach.
Yeah, I got a little upset on this one. I felt it should have been a 15-yard penalty, intentional foul. They said because the ball hit him in the back of the head first and he did not leave with his helmet, which I question. I'll just say that. That's probably as much I can say.
Well, let's take a look at the replay. I can say more. You can see, you can certainly see that as the ball comes down, he just gets pasted. There's no question. Should have been a personal foul penalty. They just called a 5-yard penalty on it. So Oregon does get the ball. They were not able to move the ball at that point. They have to punt it. And so Washington starts again deep in their own territory. And here comes the defense.
Penalty flags fly. Sacked at the 1-yard line, but we got a penalty flag down. This one may be offsides. Normally they blow the play dead if it's
great job here by Jason Nicolau. He's coming inside and actually just slaps the blocker away, and I think caught Marcus by surprise. Didn't think he'd get in there that fast, but great job of hauling him down, too.
Here's a good stat for you, Coach. Huskies had 7 possessions in the first half. 5 of them were 3 and out. So another great job by the defense. A great field position again for Oregon, and they'll take advantage. Now it's Allen Amundsen, kind of a 1-2 punch here.
Allen did a great job coming in. Mo had a shoe problem and had a little bicep strain. Allen came in and ran really hard, did a nice job.
Joey Harrington back to throw here, has to scramble, puts his head down for 7 more yards, and then he goes looking for his tight end one more time.
Harrington under center to throw. Little half roll to the right, stops, throws it back across, caught, Peel. First down, inside of the 15 to the 11-yard, the market at the 10-yard line.
Joey needed to put his pads down on that previous play or slide, but this is a great throw and catch. Really nice job by Joe here. Sprints out, throws back, and this is a perfect throw right over the defender, right on line. Probably his best pass of the day. Great catch by Justin Peel.
All right, so the Ducks have it on the Husky 10-yard line, and they're going to run it again. It's going to be Allen Amundsen again on the delay. They get 4 yards here, and Ducks really start to like this play, so they're going to try it again, Coach, and talk about this play a little bit after we see the touchdown play right here.
Second and goal. Amundsen the lone back. 3 receivers right. Give it to Amundsen again. Go outside. Needs a block. 5-3-2. Touchdown, Allen Amundsen.
They just manhandled Washington on that side. There was a whole wall and an angle.
It was a similar play. We ran twice in a row, a little bit different formation this time. Great pull and run by Joey Forster and Justin Peel, a backside tight end. And Allen did a great job of following the blockers in the end zone, and great job.
So Oregon now with a 17-3 lead, just a couple minutes to go in the second quarter. The Huskies probably thinking about just kind of sitting on the ball, but they do run a play and they get one free for 28 yards.
We did not do a very good job of reading our keys. Our linebackers got lost in that play, and they got up the field. We have to play better than that on the draw.
But the Ducks make sure they stop there. Michael Callier gets in for the sack, and at halftime, the Ducks have that 17-3 lead, Coach, and holding the Huskies to 3 points at halftime. And you've cashed in a few times, 17-3. Feel good about that?
I did. You know, obviously you'd like it to be more. You always hate to leave any out there on the table. I thought we were playing great defense. I think that we could play better offensively, but we were running the ball, and that's a whole. If you play good defense at the line of scrimmage, run the football, and great special teams, you got a chance.
I imagine that you talked a lot about the intensity that your team needed to have coming out in the third quarter at halftime.
We talked a lot about that. We talk about it every week. Certainly, you know, we talked about the score being 0-0. We talked about finishing the job. But our kids did a great job. One of the things we had to do before the game was calm them down a little bit. And at halftime, we pumped them back up.
So we go into halftime. The Oregon defense once again playing outstanding football, maybe motivated by a very special Duck, one that's been known to make a great defensive play or two against the Huskies. Kenny Wheaton up next on Oregon Football with Mike Bellotti.
Welcome back, everyone. Time for the halftime report, and what a treat for Duck fans and the Duck players this week. Kenny Wheaton back in Eugene, reliving the pick with the fans before the game as the honorary captain for the Ducks. Certainly got the crowd fired up, and the team as well. Wheaton actually got into town a few days ago and spoke to the Ducks about taking advantage of their opportunities this weekend. He was thrilled to be back on the Ducks sideline on Saturday.
Oh, it's wonderful. I mean, I love to come into Austin Stadium, hear all the great fans, see all the great fans, and what a game. You know, UW.
How about your history in this place and what it means to these people here and that play?
It makes me feel good. I mean, I come back, a lot of hellos, you know, thank you for what I've done and what the team that I was associated with done. It makes me feel real good.
Wheaton also said the excitement before the game made him want to suit up and go play against the Huskies again, but for now, he'll have to settle for personal workouts, preparing to take another shot at playing in the NFL on Sunday. So now for the fans, this game has become the one they circle on the schedule every year, but for Duck supporters, has this rivalry exceeded the Civil War rivalry? Well, that's last week's question on our internet poll. The question, exactly, which is the bigger rivalry for the Ducks, the Husky game or the Civil War? The results, Oregon-Washington, 51%. Oregon State, 49. We may need to ask this question again the week of the Civil War. Now this week's question. Huskies at it this week, Ducks get it next week. Do you favor the scheduling of a bye each week for each team, yes or no? Please place your vote at kzi.com. We'll have the results of this week's internet poll next week on Oregon Football with Mike Bellotti. Of course, the rivalry between the Ducks and the Huskies hasn't always been this intense. Matter of fact, have to go back to 1988 to find a big play that finally let the Huskies know that the Ducks were here to stay. Here's the call of the game with Jerry Allen.
He's gonna score! Oh, he scores a touchdown! Thrown down back at the 35-yard. Kenny Wheaton's gonna score! Kenny Wheaton's gonna touchdown! Ricky Whittle! Touchdown, Oregon! He made the catch! Patrick Johnson, unbelievable!
The call of the game with Jerry Allen.
It was one of those games where it was a classic. Oregon's the big underdog. There's no way they're going to beat the Huskies. And it gets down toward the end of the ball game, and all of a sudden there's a chance. We're driving. We have a chance to score, but you got to get it across the goal line some way. So here's the play. It's fourth down, and everybody knows that Derek Lavero, Lattenberry, is going to make the dive up the middle or off the right side to try to score.
Waits for the snap from center. Back, give it to on the option go around. Terry Obi's going to score! Obi scores a touchdown! Obi scores a touchdown!
Terry Obi has the ball. He scores a touchdown. It was sort of the significant factor. I think it was really the beginning of the Bill Musgrave era.
All right, the Duck defense continues to work over the Huskies. Third quarter action coming your way next.
Show 'em what you got there, honey. Give 'em the duck ball. Give 'em the duck.
Welcome back to Oregon Football with Mike Bellotti, everyone. Oregon with the big lead at the start of the third quarter. But first, let's go back to the first half. As you got the big lead, show us what happened on the two big touchdown plays in the first half.
Okay, here we are down near the goal line. We're going to do a sprint out. We're going to turn back, protect with our line. They're going to block basically a gap back. Our backs are coming onside, and they're going to pick up any outside flow or backers. Joey's going to move the pocket out here. We're going to look for our backside tight end, running a great post route into the end zone.
All right, let's take a look at it. And you see Joey quickly getting back and letting the ball go. No pressure comes from the outside, and it's wide open.
Great throwing lane there. Just gets it over the linebacker before the corner can cover.
Terrific throw by Joey there, maybe the best all year. Then, late in the second quarter, Alan Amundsen is going to take it around the left side and talk about the blocking here.
This is a counter-type play. We're going to base block our tight end. These guys are to combo block back. Center's going to block back. Pull the off guard. He leads here. Seal our tackle. Pull our tight end here. Counter move by the tailback going outside. Joey comes here, fakes away. And a great job of following the blocking by Alan Amundsen.
Check it out here. Alan's going to go right for the corner, and he is just going to get right in by the pylon. And great blocking here. Here's Justin Peel. Picks off the safety there, and then just follow the blockers. That's all you got to do.
Justin Peel, Joey Forster, great blocks up front, and Alan did a great job getting in the end zone.
So to the third quarter we go, and Washington starting with the ball in the second half. Important for the defense to not let them back in the game right here. And your defense does come out and play very well. You force the punt, but then the Huskies go, after this play, they'll go to some trickery. But talk about the first play here, the incompletion.
Well, long throw, great coverage down the field. They had the wind in that third quarter, so it was tough to throw. Actually, Joe had some problems throwing with the wind, too.
Here's that trickery I'm talking about.
Waits for the snap. Fleming does it. It's a fake. The fake. Ducks got to come up, penalty flag. They're going to come up and running out of bounds short of the first down at the 49-yard line, but a penalty flag down, and it's going to be against Washington.
And Keenan Howery makes the tackle on the sideline.
Great awareness by our punt return team. Great job by Keenan Howery. Get a huge hold right there, which would have brought it back anyway. They tackle Keith Lewis because he's such a threat. But Keenan comes up. You can see he's the return man. He comes all the way up and stops it for a 4-yard gain. Great play. They have a penchant for running fake punts against him. I can't figure that out.
And I tell you what, Coach Oz almost takes Keenan's head off. So,
Coach Oz, if you can stand the celebration, you're okay.
All right, so the Ducks have the ball. They go to work. Maurice Morris picks up 5 here, Coach. And then Morris again. You're just working the big guy.
Well, he's one of those backs that stays hungry. You know, he wants that football. And it's not very heavy, so it's okay.
This is a run for 10 yards. It's a first down at the Husky 37. So now the defense is expecting the run, so why not go up top?
Pump fake, wants to go deep. Down the side, looking for a Howery at the sideline. He got it. He's got it! First down at the 7-yard line. I want to see a replay because I think he drug his foot in.
And there's the throw by Joey you want to see, Jerry.
Great play here. We're faking the screen to the outside. Great throw by Joey. Perfectly thrown pass, and Keenan taps the 1 foot in bounds. Great play.
Tell you what, Joey only completed 9 passes all day, but all 9 had to be very nice. So it's first and goal for the Ducks, and Maurice, not much running room this time.
No, they string it out to the outside. Safety comes up, makes a great open field tackle.
Loss of 3 on the play, so the Ducks faced with a big 3rd and goal. Harrington back to throw, scrambles, and he's going to get down the field. He gets hit and hit again on this one.
Yeah, that actually ended up being a late hit. The chart automatic penalty for us. I think it was actually 10 one way, 15 the other, and an automatic first down for the personal foul. Well, you can see here again, he's directing traffic. We get covered down the field, so he tucks it away, goes down right here, and then the second guy comes in with the helmet.
Also holding on the play, but since this is a dead ball foul, the penalties don't offset the end result. Ducks lose 2 yards, but get a first down. It's not a bad trade-off. Maurice on first down.
Yeah, we take it. Maurice did a great job. They had been widening their defense. We decided to go right at him up the middle of the zone-type play. He does a great job.
Some tough yards inside for Morris on the day. Again, this one, and he gets down to the 1-yard line, and after that, Harrington decides to do it himself.
They clear the backfield. Nobody in the backfield. Everybody splits out. Here's Joey, and the keeper dives it in for the score. They give it to him yet. They haven't marked it yet. Yeah, they do. He was in. There was no doubt he was in, and why they didn't signal.
Great job by Joey and the line. The whole concept of play is great. We forced me to cover outside and remove people. But Joey does a great job protecting the football, not extending it, covering it up, getting in the end zone.
Good low blocking. The Ducks missed the extra point, though, so it's 23-3, down 20. The Huskies come out throwing.
One back behind it, back to throw to Sopo. Throws it short over the middle, intercepted by Matt Smith, back to the 17-yard line. That's one of those.
Matt Smith has a knack for making plays. He's in the right place at the right time, and that's being a great athlete and a smart football player. Ball is just through the receiver's hands. He's right there. Great hands, catches the ball. Unfortunately, doesn't get a chance to take this one in the end zone.
Great play by Matt Smith again, as you mentioned, always around the ball. And after that play, trying to capitalize right away, you go to the reverse.
We wanted to catch them off guard. They're a fast-flowing team. They got too much penetration, which slowed Sammy a little bit. Joey couldn't quite handle Jeremiah Farms, which is understandable sometimes, so we don't get much.
So you have to settle for a field goal try, and Josh Frankel hit that one all right, it looked like, but just not quite right.
Yeah, his rhythm and tempo was good on that one. He just misaligned a little bit, and, you know, we talked about it. He's having a tough day.
Huskies feeling like they're lucky to even be anywhere near in this game right now, and they come out throwing Tuiasa Sopo to Elstrom for a gain of 19 over the middle. But then the defensive line really shows up big, and Alexis wrapped up by Saul Patu after a 2-yard gain. And, Coach, then we're coming up with a great example of how the crowd can affect the game.
Yeah, this is an example. They're trying to audible, and they're passing it on by word of mouth. The tailback, you see him, he's checking with the fullback, and somehow the whole communication thing got lost a little bit, and Marcus has to eat the ball, and our guys are coming. I'm not sure they've made the play anyway. Great defense and great noise.
That forces the Husky punch, so the Ducks take over on their own 25.
Back to Morris going left. Need a guy to beat. 30 gets by him. 40 as he got the speed. A block to the 50 and out of bounds up on the Husky 40-yard line. Tucker tried to give him the block.
A little new wrinkle on the belly toss play and run the fly sweep, come back. Really nice job of execution by Joey and Maurice. Maurice makes the guy miss here. He's off to the races now. Good blocking down the field by Marshawn Tucker. We just can't quite get past that last guy.
Is a gain of 34, and on comes Alan Amundsen, and he's going to carry the load a little bit. This one, a gain of 5 yards.
Similar counterplay we've run before. Allen just hits it up in there, puts his pads down. Great job.
Amundsen again on 3rd and 4, but this time, nowhere to go. Triplett, pretty good player.
Triplett, pretty good player. Fairly quiet for him most of the day, but he's a great football player.
So the Ducks forced to punt it, and Curtis Dorr had his best game of the year. This one going to be down by Jason Willis at the 2-yard line, and a great play.
Great play. Great kick, first of all, to hang it up there. Give us the time to get a great play by Jason Willis to down it at the 2.
So the Ducks up 23-3 after 3 quarters in complete control of this game. And what do you like? What don't you like?
I like just about everything at this point. And I'm feeling good about where we're at, what we're doing. We're playing with great intensity. We're controlling the football game. We've had a couple chances that I'd obviously like to have back, but I feel real good, and obviously we're just going to keep the pressure on.
So the Ducks are in complete control of this game at the end of 3, but Washington does not go down without a fight in this one. The Ducks finally finish off the Huskies when we return. Welcome back, everyone. The Ducks in complete control in this one, and need to get that clock to run fast now.
23-3, Coach. Your defense has only given up 1 touchdown in the last 8 quarters. You feel pretty confident about things?
I am, but we need to continue to run the ball and not give up big plays. That was the mission going in the 4th quarter.
And that's the mission accomplished in the 4th quarter, because Oregon does run the ball a lot. Only 2 pass attempts in that 1st quarter. Let's go to the highlights, and let's get things started out right away in that 4th quarter. Huskies not giving up. Tui on the screen to Arnold. This is going to be a gain of 35, Coach.
And we did not play this well defensively. We got caught up looking into the backfield, didn't see the screen develop, and I consequently gave up a huge play.
And then Arnold on the ground for 5 more, and the Huskies putting some together here. Then it's going to be Tui taking it around the end, and he's going to get 18 on this one, Coach.
He's obviously showing what type of athlete he is, and this is the most dangerous part of this game, is the scrambling part. We can't account for him there.
This was a big drive for them, a 98-yard drive. We're in the middle of it right now. Tuiasa Sopo to throw. They were mixing it up. This one to Elstrom for 12 yards. 14 plays as well on this drive, as long as your defense was on the field the entire game.
The Huskies did a great job with this drive. Our defense got a little bit tired. Here again, as I say, the most dangerous part of Marcus is that scrambling ability.
So
23-9 with 11 minutes to go in this game, and the Ducks take over. And as you mentioned, Coach, the main goal, get that clock running by running the ball.
No question. And Mo does a nice job here, gets all the way to the safety, running tough, running hard, and we need to control that clock the rest of the way.
Then on 3rd down, need to get the 1st down. Harrington to Collins, but the interference is called. Looked pretty obvious.
Yeah, I think most people were calling that one in the PI, and he was on the guy's back way early.
So an automatic 1st down, back to the ground. Maurice for 7 more. Get inside to the 46-yard line, and then another big 3rd down. Going for the knockout blow here, Coach.
Well, yeah, we ran a little play-action pass. Unfortunately, we had it. Joey's throwing with the wind, and he held up just a little bit. Ball slightly tipped, goes through Sammy's hands.
So on comes Curtis Dorr, who does it again for the Ducks.
Yeah. Here's a punt for Dorr from his own 30. Huskies come, but he booms a very, very high. Fair catch called for. And dropped, fumbled. Who's got it as it goes out of bounds? Oregon's ball. Oregon got the football on the fumble recovery. Derek Johnson tried to run sideways and pick it up.
Great job. Our field position all day long was a result of Curtis Dorr's great punting. Here it's a tough one to catch, and we're right there on the spot. Jason Willis keeps it in bounds. I believe recovers it off the fumble.
So again, the clock is a-moving. The Ducks keep it on the ground as they're deep into Washington territory. Morris, 3 straight carries for Oregon.
Good power running, too. I tell you, he's hitting it. It's taken 3 guys to get him down.
But unfortunately, the drive stalls, trying to put this one away. And again, tough day continues for Josh. When a kicker is going like that, can he get his confidence back?
Well, it's hard in a game. Your rhythm and your timing, your tempo is all. It's like a golf swing that goes south on you. We just got to get it back. We got 2 weeks to work on.
The Huskies don't waste any time taking advantage of the situation. Tuiasa Sopo finding big Jeremy Stevens. He did a great job on him all day. He finally gets one here.
Yeah, and we just sort of fell asleep, and he's a big, strong kid that runs well with the ball.
Then on the ground, another guy that runs pretty well with the ball for them, Willie Hurst, will make the catch this time and stretch out. Good tackle by Steve Smith, but
it was. We should have knocked that ball out. The problem is down there, you know, who's going to recover it. But again, with his hanging out there, he stretched it out, and that was tough.
So 23-16 all of a sudden, and this is a big play on the kickoff. The Huskies with 1 timeout. They don't go onside. Marshawn Tucker makes them pay for it.
Great job. We had our onside kick return team in there, our hands team, just in case, and he did a great job returning that ball.
Then back to the ground game. Get that clock a-moving again. Allen Amundsen will take the honors this time. Trying to run out that clock. Ducks protecting that 7-point lead, and Allen hanging out of the ball. It's a very good sign.
Yeah, that's the most important thing now at this point in time is just ball possession, ball security. Do a great job with it. Don't go out of bounds, so stay in bounds. The clock keeps running.
Make them use their last time out as well, which was very important. So into the line again, and then a first down would have ended the game here. Just came up a bit short.
Couldn't quite get that last pass, and that was difficult. We discussed a lot about whether to throw it or run it, but went with it.
So it's all on the defense again, and the defense steps up. Tui incomplete here. 3 straight incompletions. And another one coming up here, Coach. Stevens.
Yeah, I don't know if that was an audible, they couldn't get it, or they just were out of rhythm and sync right there, because they didn't look like the same team that just come down the field.
Fourth and ball game for the Huskies.
Gonna throw, looks upfield, throws, knocked down, it's incomplete. Matt Smith knocked it down at the line of scrimmage. Oregon has the football with 1:52 remaining.
They were going for the big tight end over the middle. You can watch this. He's coming there on the left side of your screen. He's going to run a square in. Matt does a great job breaking on the ball, knocks it down. We had him covered very well, but awesome play by Matt Smith.
So you want to run out the clock now, but unfortunately you can't do it. So instead of kicking a field goal, Ducks go for the run on 4th down, and just to keep that clock moving, Coach.
Well, if you get a field goal block there, you got the chance of a return. So we decided we'd just run the ball there, get him down. I think it was 9 seconds left in the game. And I felt like at that point we were in command and control, and that was the best thing to do.
So after that play, you do give the ball back to the Huskies. They do have the 9 seconds. It's going to take a miracle for it to happen, but it won't happen on this day.
From the 1-yard line, Tuiasa Sopo waits for the snap. He has it, back to throw the ball. Rolls right, stops, and unleashes the ball way downfield. No, it's not going to happen. Oregon intercepts it with 1. It's over. It's over. Oregon has held off Washington here at Autzen Stadium. Phew! Oregon has held off the number 6.
Jermaine Hanspard is one of a host of Ducks that could have gotten this ball. He does a great job of going up, snags it, stays in bounds, and obviously that's the ball game. Great job by the defense.
So 2-0 in the Pac-10 with 2 humongous wins. You beat UCLA, then you beat Washington, both in convincing fashion as well. I don't know if people realize how badly you beat both of these teams.
Well, they're going to look at the score. It wasn't as bad on the score, but I think we played a better game than the score indicated. Certainly we did against Washington, and those are 2 huge steps for us. Each step now gets bigger, but those are 2 very positive ones and feel good. Walker Templeton's injury takes a little bit of the shine off it, but again, we get a bye now to get healthy, get ready for USC.
Couldn't be in much better shape going into the bye. Undefeated, and like you said, some guys banged up and going to get them back for SC.
No, pleased with where we're at. We've got to keep getting better. As I said many times, the team that will win this conference is a team that continues to get better, can stay healthy throughout the entire season.
So for the second straight week, the fans do rush the field, and so do we, to find some pretty happy and satisfied Ducks.
We came out, they were barking in the tunnel, but we turned those little barks, we turned those big dogs into little puppies. Because we don't want anybody coming in our house and trying to take what's ours from us. We got a streak going, so keep on going.
It feels awesome. I mean, we control our own destiny right now. That's what we've been talking about. That's what we wanted. We took the second step we needed, so it just keeps going from here.
Well, it's a huge win. UW is one of our biggest rivalries, so it's always fun to beat them. And these wins, they just keep, the farther in the season, they get more important each time and get us closer to where we want to be. So tremendous win, and gives us, now we got a week off to prepare and go after another huge game.
They tried to play really, really dirty, and that, kind of made me mad because, just kind of took away from the game. But, we have to deal with that. And I think that's what hurt them today, is that they try to more concentrate on trying to play dirty and, eating into the rivalry and playing like that instead of focus on what they had to do.
We squeaked one out. It feels great to win, but we've got a lot of unfinished business there on offense. We got to punch it in. It's a very good feeling. It's always a very good feeling to beat the Huskies, but we know we've got a lot of work coming in this bye week.
I mean, we still need to improve, but I'm kind of satisfied, the way that we performed the last couple of games. We are 2-0, so that's a plus. Sure.
It's just, it tells about that's our 18th win. And it's our house. That's what we have to make it every week, our house. And that's something we go out there to try and prove to the other team that they can't come in here and beat us.
18 in a row, and they've earned a week off right now, a hard-earned week off, we might add.
And it gives the rest of the Pac-10 a chance to beat up on each other for another week while the Ducks start thinking about the Trojans. Our Pac-10 wrap, plus a look at Oregon's next game at USC. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Around the Pac-10 this weekend, the defending champs pounded in Palo Alto, and not one but two top 10 teams taking out in the Willamette Valley. And Corvallis Ken Simonton rushed for a career-high 234 yards and scored 3 times. Final touchdown with just over a minute to play. The Beavers beat the Trojans for the first time in 33 years. Also snapped a 26-game losing streak in the series. SC host Arizona before the Ducks come to town in a couple of weeks. Meanwhile, down in Pasadena, the Bruins spotting the Sun Devils a 21-point lead, then scored 28 points in the third quarter, sparked by a 57-yard run from Jermaine Lewis. UCLA goes on to win at 38-31. 5th straight game UCLA's opponent has scored first. Battle for the basement at Berkeley. Jason Gesser threw for 238 yards and a score. Cougs beat Cal, the only Pac-10 team they've beaten in the last 2 years. Also their first Pac-10 road win since '97. Across the bay, Cardinal freshman quarterback Chris Lewis making his first start. Couldn't move the ball against Arizona. Committed 3 turnovers. Wildcats win 27-3. Stanford's second home loss in 3 games. Check out the Pac-10 race. And how about those Oregon teams? Ducks alone on top at 2-0. Beavers right behind with Arizona. 3 more teams at 1-1. Then there's the Trojans and the Huskies tied for last place with Cal and Arizona State.
So for Oregon, it's a week off, and it comes at a very good time. It gives the Ducks a chance to get everyone healthy, and it also gives them a couple extra days to prepare for another huge game against USC. The Trojans so far this year kind of hard to figure out, a little bit like last year. They're great at times. Carson Palmer knows how to throw the ball, and he finds his talented receivers, but they also are making big mistakes that are costing them, like having a big touchdown here called back against the Beavers yesterday for a penalty. Now they have Arizona this week, and then it's the Ducks in 2 weeks.
I think this is a very solid football team, a solid football program with a tremendous coach, as long as they can keep getting the players and keep getting the kinds of people that they have the last few years, they're always going to be a tough team. Now, I much prefer to play them in Los Angeles.
Of course, referring to being here 2 years in a row and losing 2 years in a row. But, Coach, what do you do this week? Do you start thinking about SC, or do you just kind of get your guys healthy and settle down?
A little bit of both. We'll try to get healthy, take some time off, but also with an eye ahead to USC. We have to get ready to go on the road. I want to bottle some of that Autzen magic, put it in my pocket, take it with me to L.A.
Last 2 times you played them, it's come down to a last-second field goal. So, yeah. Big question for this week.
Well, it's been close, and hopefully it doesn't have to be that close. I think the most important thing is for us to play well. We can iron out some of the problems with our kicking game and get the offense maybe a little bit better in sync. But again, biggest thing is just get healthy.
Ducks and Trojans in 2 weeks. Now coming up, Oregon linebacker Garrett Sabol is playing the best football of his career, but he's also working on a fallback sport of sorts. That's next on Oregon Football with Mike Bellotti.
Hey, haven't got to. Welcome back, everyone. Time for a look at a Duck senior who's starting on defense, a role that seems to be right up his alley. Dennis Schrag has that story.
When the Ducks defense is on the field, Garrett Sabol can strike at any time.
Almost picked off into the big left hand of Garrett Sabol.
The same can be said about Sabol off the field as well.
I didn't say anything right there. I just enjoy that one. I've been bowling ever since I was young. I love to bowl. I used to go out with my friends in high school and in Pop Warner. And it just so happens I found the right guys up here.
And who are the right guys?
You're pretty much out of it, Wes. Might as well just cash in your chips. Look at that, Jason Fife. Kevin Mitchell. Woo!
Wesley Mallard's cast on his left hand is much more of a handicap at the bowling alley than on the football field, but even at full strength, Mallard has a hard time out bowling his roommate.
I beat him maybe like 3 times out of all the times we play. He's good. He's a good bowler.
Garrett Sabol played in 35 of 36 games in his first 3 seasons as a Duck, but this, his senior season, has been his breakout year. He's been bowling over offensive players.
This year, like spring ball is when it kind of hit me like, wow, I'm going to be one of the guys to go to here. And it's been a great year. I've been having so much fun. I was kind of bummed having to miss the first game with my shoulder, but like I sat it out. And once Wisconsin came around, I've been having a blast. I'm loving it.
For bowling buddies and redshirt freshmen Jason Fife and Kevin Mitchell, hooking up with the senior has had benefits that will last long after Sabol's Duck career is over.
As far as the leader is concerned, he's probably one of the better ones on the team, I think. He leads by example, and he lets his actions speak louder than his words.
He's a competitor. You know, he's a great athlete. He works really hard, and you just can't do much but feed off him of what he does out on the field. So he's a good inspiration for a lot of the guys on the field.
And Sabol's helped inspire the Ducks to a 2-0 start in conference play and an early lead in the run for the Roses. Not a bad way for a fourth-year senior to go out.
It's amazing how fast it went. I think the limitations of our team are how we play. It's kind of sad because I feel like this is my last shot, and I want to end on a good note. And so far it's been everything that I've wanted it to be.
Sabol and his crew hit the lanes once or twice a week once football season is over. But for the fall, Sabol will have to be satisfied with knocking down Pac-10 teams instead of pins. Dennis Schrag for Oregon Football with Mike Bellotti.
Garrett Sabol playing great. Now I have the latest poll in my hands. Oregon ranked 9th in the country, Coach.
Well, that's awesome for the first half of the season, but it is only the first half. It's the last one that counts.
Got a week off. We'll see you next week right here on Oregon Sports Quarterly. Until then, have a great week, everyone.